All right, now we're going to learn how to do graphs, how to insert graphs into the spreadsheet, okay? Now this is going to take a little bit of scrolling up and down, so just follow along as best you can. You can pause this video as many times as you need to create the graph, okay? But essentially the first step is to go here to insert, and then you're going to go to chart, and then it's going to try to insert a chart. Now it picked up some data from somewhere. I don't even know where. Maybe here from B6. So it created some sort of data, okay? And it just puts it right on top of everything. So what we want to do, first of all, so this is manageable and workable. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller here, okay? But I'm still going to have to do a lot of scrolling up and down. So just, be aware of that. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to have to set our x-axis, our y-axis, okay, and going from there. Your graph may have been like completely different, or it may have said no data, okay? It doesn't matter what it says. So the first thing, you should go up here and you should click on a line graph or a scatter plot, okay, so you can see the data. Whatever you want to do. The line chart will probably be best for this lab because then you can see the pattern a little bit more easily because you're going to have two different lines. But your x-axis, you want to be the dates. Okay, so what you want to do is click here on x-axis, and then you're going to click on select data range. And then you're going to scroll down, and you're going to select your range, which are your dates. Okay, so there are my dates, and I'm going to click OK. All right. Now the graph will have changed a little bit, but it probably still looks pretty messy. I'm not even going to look at that graph right now, okay? Because I'm not done setting up. Now for series, I'm going to go in here. I'm going to click data range. Again, I'm going to scroll down, and I want to do the first graph that I'm supposed to do is actually the mass. Okay, so I'm going to do my first graph here, the mass. And I'm going to click OK. Alright, and then I'm going to go up here, and I have a little bit there of my graph. Okay, so there is the line for the control. Now here, you're supposed to, for your first graph, you're supposed to plot two lines. Okay, look, plot mass control and larva cup. So I need to go back to my y-axis here. And I'm going to click Add Series right here. Okay, so I'm going to add series. And what I'm going to do is I am going to add the mass of the larva cup. Oops, I'm going to click Add Series, and then I got to click that little square. And then I'm going to do my larva cup. I'm going to highlight all of those. Oops, looks like I didn't highlight them correctly. Let me try that again. I'm not editing out my mistakes here so that you know that mistakes are normal, because I could edit these out, but I'm not doing that on purpose. Okay, so that you know that people make mistakes. All right, so now I have my two graphs. Nothing's labeled, right? So I need to customize, and I'm going to go to the title of the whole thing. And I always do y-axis versus x-axis. So I'm going to do mass versus date. I like things to be centered, so I'm going to go over here and click center. You can change the font, the size, the color, anything that you want to do there is fine. Okay. Now I am going to change my horizontal axis title. On the bottom there, I have the dates. So I'm going to click date. Okay. And you see date shows up there. And then I'm going to fix my vertical axis. That is mass in grams. I need to include my units. Okay. Now you have the two lines and you have the color key right there, but you need to make sure that you're telling me what color is what. Okay. So I'm going to click on that blue one. And I'm going to put control. I needed a double click. I can even put control cup for clarity. And then I'm going to double click on the red, and I'm going to put larva cup. Okay, So there I have my first graph. Okay, I'm going to grab it and just move it out of the way, like not completely out of the way. And then I can do my next graph and put it down here, and then my third graph and put it down there. Okay, now just to recap, okay, what did we do? Everything from the beginning. So here we go. First thing you're going to do is you're going to go to Insert, and then you're going to insert a chart. And it's going to pop up a chart. It could say no data, or it could come up with its own weird chart. Okay, don't get freaked out by that. Change the size if you need it. Put it off to the side. And then you're going to go to Setup. Make sure that your chart type is a line chart. And then your data range for your x-axis. You click here. You click on the little square. You highlight the date. Okay. And then for the y-axis, you click on Series. Highlight the cells that you want for the first line, and then do it again for the second line. Okay? And then we go to Customize. We click on Chart and Axis Titles. So you can change the title of the chart or the graph, which you want to do. You can label your x and your y axis. Okay? And then you go in and you make sure that your color key is labeled as well. And that's how you make the first chart, and then you go back and do the second chart and do the third chart. Okay, the second one will be for the daily mass loss. So you're going to plot the loss in mass, and then the third day you're only going to have one line. Okay, which will be the last column that you calculated in data table 2. So if you don't understand any of this, please feel free to reach out to me and I'll help you out.